Hello, my name is Berna Beyhan, and I'm faculty member at Sabancı University. Sabancı University is one of the partner of Enrich in Brazil project. I would like to welcome all to our webinar entitled Science and Technology Landscape in Turkey. This webinar is given as part of Enrich in Brazil webinar series, which are organized to give an insight of European science, technology, innovation landscape. In this webinar, we will provide some information about the science, technology, and innovation ecosystem in Turkey. Today, we will have two presenters, Doğan Taşkent and Hüseyin Güler. Our first presenter is Doğan Taşkent. He is the board member of Atabay Pharmaceuticals and Fine Chemicals. He is responsible from R&D and innovation activities of the company. He is also lecturer and mentor to startups. So he will give a general picture of science, technology, and innovation ecosystem in Turkey and collaboration opportunities within the given ecosystem with the given picture. Our second presenter is Hüseyin Güler. He's business planning and innovation director of Kastamonu Entegre Holding, and also he's former director of strategy and policy at TÜBİTAK. And he will evaluate the innovation ecosystem in Turkey from a business perspective. We will collect questions during each presentation. Ask these questions to presenters just after the presentation. So please write your questions you want to ask to presenters during the presentation. Now I would like to leave the microphone to our first presenter, Doğan Taşkent. Thanks again for joining us today. Yeah.
Perfect. I hope everyone sees the title of my presentation and it is clear now. Berna, it's okay? Can I start? I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry.
Perfect. Welcome, everyone. I would like to share with you the high-tech environment in Turkey briefly, but from the angle how we can develop it further. And during that procedure, I would like to also show actually where we are lacking some key issues. First, I would like to, I am starting here, okay. With my brief background of myself, I have been developing technology last 30 years. I spent time in Zurich, ETH, later on MIT, and also in Lucent Bell Laboratories for 8 years, did research on laser technologies. In Turkey since 2007, spent mostly time with high-tech startups, interviewed 2,500 of them, and worked with 50 plus technology transfer offices and visited technology parks and also helped development of technology transfer offices in Turkey. So my last 8 years being next to my pharmaceutical company, I spent most of my time in the field in Turkey, how we can build high-tech companies from bottom up, and also work with some R&D labs from the corporations. And I had a overall view of the Turkish environment, especially high-tech Turkish startup environment. And today I would like to approach, as I said before, from an angle, how we can improve that environment. While I will tell this, share this, we will see what we are lacking, what is there, but also what we are lacking in that ecosystem. Turkey is a moderate innovator based on the Innovation Scoreboard, European Union Innovation Scoreboard. Over 2010, we improved some areas, and here in this picture you see our overall numbers. But over the last 6-7 years, we improved some areas, which is in firm investments, innovation-friendly environment, human resources. But nevertheless, we are a producing country, not a high-tech developing country. So based on the EU Innovator Scorecard, scoreboard, we are a moderate innovator. So we have a way to go, way to improve, and that shows that we can do some collaboration with partners like you. Here I would like to share with you our export side comparison between 2000 and 2017, but also we have to be aware that export-import increased the last 8 years. Our high-tech export is currently in 2017 was 3.8%. High and medium export is 34% approximately. Medium to low export is 28%, and low-tech export is 33%. So we are a country that mostly operating is low, medium low, and high medium tech environment. Only 3.8% on high-tech export. If you look at and I also found the latest number from 2018, it is now 3.6%. So 3.8, 3.6, this has been changing the last few years. And our total export number is 168 billion US dollars, and total import is 223 billion dollars. So our high-tech export is 3.6% of the 168 billion dollars. And when we look what are the three major exports area, high-tech exports area in Turkey, those are the defense. We have a good cluster in Turkey, especially in Ankara, is a major defense cluster. And we're also selling electronics and precision equipment. Mostly we buy the licenses and we produce them here and sell abroad, but designs are, most of them are not in-house, purchased licenses from abroad, but produced in Turkey and exported. And we have last few years increased software services and software bundled products. Those are the three main high-tech export domains. Here I would like to also share with you a list of our 25 top R&D investing companies in Turkey. And here we see, if you look at it briefly, if you go on this table, first one, Aselsan, is a defense industry. Second one is a defense industry. Again, it's a 1 billion, is approximately 1.6 billion Turkish lira and 1 billion Turkish lira. That makes 1 to 5, so 250 million US dollars approximately. And second is the 200 million US dollars. Fourth Automotive is a car manufacturing, their R&D division. Roketsan, number 4, is again defense. Bosch Siemens is house appliances company. Arçelik, number 6, again house appliances and electronics, television, white goods company. Number 7 is again automotive. Number 8 is again home appliance and electronics company. Number 9, as you see, Mercedes-Benz. Number 10, again defense industry. Number 11 and number 12, telecom companies, and it goes on like that. And also we see that the biggest R&D investors, again on the corporations, are focusing in defense, automotive industries, and home appliances and small electronics. So this is where Turkey practically stands in high-tech domain. And I would like to go from now on, I would like to take another approach and question how we can improve that over the years, how we can improve that coming forward to develop new high-tech startups, how we can improve new technologies in this domain. And when we look at it, we have an ecosystem. We practically have all the players in the ecosystem, especially we have a good government support. On the top left, you see government support under the policy. We have finances, we will see at that. Governments have great finances for R&D, and we have also support infrastructure, and also we have good universities and good human resources in the universities. But The question is, when we compare it, in what context is this ecosystem? Okay, we have those players, but we have to also look, is this environment, all the assets we have, is it like Switzerland, USA, Germany, or UK? No, it is not. We have limited resources. We have to understand it. Yet we have the funds, but nevertheless, we have the limited resources. We have also our maturity to develop high tech is not there. It's a new domain. We just started last few years with the R&D investments from the government, R&D support from the government to develop new technologies, new high techs. But it is, we are maturity-wise in early stage. Do we have all the talents? We have good talents, but we cannot pull the best talents in our country. All the best talents, they go to Europe or US. So we have lack of pulling good talents in this country for high tech. And the question is, are we go top down or bottom up? The structures, how do we say? The ecosystem is built from top down currently, but we know that it should come bottom up. So it will take time to develop the right ecosystem. And therefore, we cannot copy Silicon Valley approach. We have to play a completely different game because we don't have the resources they have. We don't have the 70, 80 years of maturity level that they have like in Europe or US. So we have to have a completely different game. And again, and that game shouldn't be the common high-tech development game, what we say in Turkey, having a market success 1 in 1,000. We have to come more strategic and more focused approach. So what do we need is, we see in Turkey, 5 approaches, 5 steps we need to take to develop high technology startups and also high technology SMEs and large companies. We need definitely focused government politics. We need vertically focused accelerator incubators, so structures that help to develop high tech companies. We need trained mentors and we have to apply focus programs. Number 4 is we have to have proper industry, university, and government collaboration in that. And number 5 is we have to also understand the difference between technology using companies versus technology creating companies. Quite often we mix that up. I would like to go briefly on each 5 steps. Number 1, the focused government politics. What I mean with that, we have to have national strategic areas. In Turkey, we talk about national strategic areas, but we practically put all the buzzwords in it, all the buzz technologies in our current national strategic areas. So we don't practically have dedicated national strategic areas. If you ask me what should be, what we have great chance in Turkey, number 1 is agriculture, is very critical in Turkey and a great potential. Number 2 is health industries. In Turkey, still best students enter health education, and we have a great system of health industry and services. We have great areas, I believe, in medical, in health devices, in medical devices, and health industries. Those 2 are my top areas. And number 3 is electronics and defense, I would say. We have to have national core competences. As I mentioned, those are our national core competences. And we have to have future goals and based on global trends. So what we did in Turkey over the last few years is the government chose 4 national research centers and they start to build cluster around it. It was a great step. And around those 4 national centers, those are on biotech, nanotechnology, 2 of them, and 1 on MEMS. They pulled 10 research universities. That was also a great approach. However, We also developed 60 technoparks and approximately 60 technology transfer offices. But those technoparks and technology transfer offices are general technoparks and technology transfer offices. They are not strategic. We have to improve them and turn into the strategic ones. So they have to have their vertical expertise. We haven't built them. And over the last 5 years, we developed 1,500 R&D and design centers. Government certifies those locations, but out of those 1,500, we can say that approximately 30% of them, 300 of them are operating properly, are real R&D centers. The rest is still in the infancy phase, we can say. Government, on the other hand, offer lots of grants in technology readiness level, TRL level 1 to 3, as well as 4, 5, 6. So we have government support in those areas. Again, unfortunately, it's not focused government support. So practically all areas receive, all the fashion areas receive support. It's not strategic yet. And as I mentioned, the technoparks and technology transfer offices are all generalist technology transfer offices and technopark, except one in Turkey, which is Technopark Istanbul, which focuses on, again, health and defense industries. The next issue is having also vertically focused accelerator and incubators. To develop technology is a focused issue. We have to bring the right mentors, right sector experts, smart money inventors, investors, support structure, and policymakers all together. Currently, we have in Turkey over 40 accelerators, but again, except one, most of them are generalist accelerators. So once we focus them in some vertical areas and put the right people and create cluster around them, we will make the necessary jump. Again, in those accelerators, we need to have proper success factors, key performance indices, milestones, ownership. They have to be well defined. Another thing that we are lacking, therefore we need mentors, it will be on the next step, is we miss experienced people on that programs. Again, Turkey majorly knows how to produce equipment, but not how to invent and go through the innovation life cycle. We practice most of the time, we take blueprints or we copy and we produce them. We know how to produce, okay? But that's practically technology readiness level 8 and 9, but the issues coming from 4, 5, 6 is often lacking. We need experienced people in that domain. On the third part, I would like to mention here the mentorship. Again, we need experts and experienced mentors in those particular domains. We realized, and also the world knows, the mentors make big effect. So we need high-tech mentors in that domain that knows, again, technology readiness level 4 to 7. That's highly critical for us. And I would like to go to the next slide. This is the investment in Turkey. What's on the high-tech investment? Every year, we approximately, you can see here on the red color, in 2007, we had a nice year, $110 million investment. Year before was 51 million. 2018, we had a $54 million investment. Those are the angel and VC. So to developing high tech, the numbers are low, okay? It is like around average, we can say $50 to $60 million investment in high tech, we can say. And to close that monetary gap, financial gap, and to close the knowledge gap I mentioned on the technology readiness 4 to 7, we need to work with industry, because those few players that develop high tech in the country, they have the necessary know-how. They may not have the necessary financial, and there we need to have the government support. Here I would like to give an example. I am running the R&D division in Atabay Pharmaceuticals. We have received a government grant to develop the biotech biosimilar product in Turkey. Government supports us with financial. 50% of the R&D budget is supported by the government. We are we know how to produce the biosimilars. We know we have the factory, we have the environment with the GMP certified lab environment. What we work together with two universities, Istanbul Technical University and Marmara University. They bring in the science, they bring in the technology readiness level 1 to 3. We bring in 4, 5, 6, 7. Government brings in the financial, and we also worked with two startups, high-tech startups, to improve the process, to bring in some innovation in it, and practically collaboration of university to bring science, startups to bring the high-tech and innovation part, large cooperation to bring the certified labs, the experience, sales and marketing channel, and lobbying capabilities in the government and also in the country, and the government support for the financial side. So this is the way we have a chance to move forward, I think, for the high-tech development. And my last slide shows two diagrams here. The diagrams on the left-hand side is showing technology using startup life cycle. It is a basic step-by-step approach. Start with basic research, business model, team. Then we have the prototype, and then design, and then we may need to build the company. If the money comes in, then we have to prepare concept plan, finance, and receive the money for business angels, and we go to the field with short tests and go on. Quite often, all this stuff is supported by the accelerator. We see this kind of a process. Many incubators operate that way, but technology developing is another thing. Technology developing, high-tech developing is another thing. This is the life cycle which is shown on the right-hand side. Here's the most critical part, is the part after the prototype, test, design, production, which need to be certified based on the area that you are operating. If it's a mission critical, then suddenly you are bound to some regulations, and once regulation is there, it has to be certified. And I put this picture here because often we lack in this country proper test, design, let's put this way, accredited test and design environments. Okay, accredited test and design environments, they are often in the universities and they are not open to the public. So we have this kind of a dilemma, but test and design, certified test, so worldwide design, test and design labs are critical. We have to also develop it over time in this country. Government on the right-hand side, you see the financial side. Government supports the initial phase R&D. Also, government supports the later phase, where I say incubation is practically technology readiness level 4, 5, 6, 7. Government supports there. You see seed funds, business angels, venture capital gray, because there is no private investment in high tech. We had 2 years ago, but it stopped right now. Once you survive somehow, you can find some private equities. But currently in country, other than government, we don't have financial support in high-tech R&D and growing companies. Therefore, it's a highly critical environment where we lack necessary financials. We operate, we collaborate with larger corporations for their finances and for their experience and knowledge. This is my presentation. I would like to give a brief overview, and what is required to move forward to develop new high-tech companies, because currently when we talk about high-tech in Turkey, and what we export is defense, software, some electronics, and some automotives, but it stays there. We don't have the new nanotechnology, biotechnology, or all this we need to develop from scratch during the next few years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doğan. We can collect questions. If you want to ask questions to Doğan Taşken, you can write your questions to the system. But maybe while people are, or our attendees writing their questions, indeed, I can ask you a question about these international collaborations. Do you think that international, or how the Turkey should collaborate with the other countries in these high-tech fields, or in high-tech industries? Maybe it is, it would be nice to talk a little bit about these international opportunities for international collaborations.
Okay, number one, we should collaborate over the technology transfer offices we have in Turkey. That's highly critical. So we have those technology transfer offices developed in the universities. Those play as an interface between the research done in the university, also industry. So those are great contact points to do collaboration. This is what I see. Number one. Number two is the commercial Chamber of Commerces is between Brazil and Turkey. Brazilian Chamber of Commerce in Turkey. If it's Switzerland, Swiss Chamber of Commerce in Turkey, because they are also aware of supporting this technology transfer and collaboration. So those are the two great interfaces to start with. We often lack the test. Primarily what I see is test and certification environment is often what we need. Feel like in this country, we know research, we know production, but what's in between is what we are lacking over, and there we could appreciate to have technology transfer or a collaboration. That's number one. And number two is we are a gatekeeper to in some MENA region, we can say, Middle East and Northern Africa. So we know how to do business in those domains. We can develop high tech and go to those markets together. That's another thing. The health domain is a big market and big area, because 99.9% of people in Turkey are under the social security. We have big, all the hospitals are collaboration with universities in each part of Turkey. So let's put this, we have university hospitals in each city in Turkey, and best students from high schools go to study health. So we have great experienced doctors, health professionals, pharmacists in this country. We have to make more use of them, and I see health is one of the major area we can make difference and work together. Defense is more difficult. Defense is in the hands of the big guys. It is more close. But health, software development, health, material sciences coming slowly. Automotive is definitely a big thing. Those are the areas where we can collaborate.
Okay, thank you very much. Indeed, we don't have any questions yet, so maybe we can, skip to the second presentation. Now, our second presenter is Hüseyin Güler. He is Business Planning and Innovation Director of Kastamonu Entegre, and he will talk about or he will evaluate the innovation ecosystem from a business perspective. Okay. Yeah, Hussein?
Yeah, hello to everyone.
Yeah, hello.
I'm just trying to open my presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I guess it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Doğan, for presenting the R&D ecosystem in Turkey. Actually, Doğan tried to look at from general perspective, and I will try to frame the innovation ecosystem from company side, actually. My company, Kastamonu Entegre, is not a high-tech company. We are, let's say, traditional in a traditional sector in a wood-based panel industry, but innovation and R&D are getting more and more important for us. I will try to share the rationale between that and how we place ourselves in Turkish R&D ecosystem and how are our relations with the government and also international bodies in terms of the research and development collaboration. So let me give a small introduction about my company. Our roots goes back to 1937, but my company Kastamonu Entegre was founded actually 50 years ago. And since 20 years, we are part of global operations. I will just skip to the next one. Together with our sister company Hayat Kimya, we have production facilities in 14 countries around the globe, including Europe, Africa, and Asia. As Kastamonu Entegre, we have production operations in Turkey, Romania, Bulgaria, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Italy, and Russia. In total, as a holding, together with Hayat Kimya plus Kastamonu Entegre, our turnover is around $3 billion. We have operations in 14 countries with 36 factories, and 70% of our turnover is generated outside of Turkey. As I have mentioned, we are in a wood-based panel industry. We are one of the 7th biggest players in the world and leader in Turkey. We are producing products for furniture industry, construction, and decoration. We are producing boards, also laminate flooring, doorskin, and worktops. So our inputs are mainly wood-based and chemical inputs, and we are producing inputs for and products for furniture industry, construction, and decoration. As I mentioned, we produce every day for 500,000 panels for furniture, laminate flooring, and interior door panels. Since 20 years, our capacity has developed a lot, and this pushed us to create a global vision. Actually, I try to explain our rationale behind why innovation and R&D is important for us. Actually, when we have established our company as a small local company in Kastamonu, low cost and high quality production was enough for us to sustain the business operations and generate profits. Through the years, when we have started to operate in regional markets, we have needed to put optimum logistics in addition to low cost and high quality. But in today's
sorry, Hussein, we cannot see your screen. Can you share it, please?
Really?
Yeah.
Is it okay right now?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sorry for that. So I'm just at the beginning, no problem. And since it became very hard to operate in global markets, our company has defined two main issues to improve, and one of them was innovation, and the other one was enhancement of brand value. Actually, we have sit together and try to create our innovation strategy, and also to redefine the R&D structure of the company. At that point, we have tried to differentiate between market pull and technology push activities. For the technology push side, we have placed our R&D objectives and our R&D targets, which are operated in a separate division out of our factories. I will briefly explain them later on. And for the market pool size, understanding of customer needs is very crucial. For that, we have created our own innovation program, where we are applying actually lean startup approaches. And actually, my wider side of my presentation will be on innovation side. Last year, we have decided, we have did a radical decision for a traditional company in Turkey, and we have decided to move our R&D facilities to one of the technoparks in Turkey, which is Technopark Istanbul, as Doğan mentioned in presentation. The idea behind placement of our R&D organization in Technopark Istanbul was to be part of a real well-working R&D ecosystem in Turkey, because we have noticed that isolating ourselves in a factory environment is not enough for reaching our R&D targets. That's why now we are part of the Technopark Istanbul, and we are there as a separate structure from our production and other operations. When we have trying to build well-working R&D infrastructure, actually, we have benefiting from EU funds as well. For example, we are part of a Horizon 2020 project. We are partnering with 29 partners from 11 countries to develop bio-based resins and to contribute to circular economy in Europe. Also, we are benefiting from European EBRD fund grants. We are collaborating with Sabancı University and Gebze Technical University. One important issue for us is to create a research base based on our priorities. That's why the government's program, the government's joint program for raising that program. Actually, we are collaborating with 4 universities in Turkey to raise 12 PhDs based on our R&D needs. Actually, I will stop with the R&D side here, and I will move to the innovation program of our company. As I mentioned, we are in a traditional sectors, but innovation programs are becoming more and more important in our structure. We have started the discussions actually 3 years ago. we have collaborated with Sabancı University on how can we build an innovation culture, how can we place the strategic view for innovation in our company. After that discussions, we have decided to create our innovation mentorship program inside the company, thanks to the Sabancı University. Under that structure, under that program, we have tried to build some governance mechanisms, some tools, some training programs to support innovation practices inside the company. This movement also boosted the placement of R&D organization, of our R&D organization in Technopark Istanbul as well. Actually, under the innovation program, we have our own idea platform, we have our acceleration program, incubation program, and also a very clear innovation project portfolio. Under our strategy framework, actually, under the innovation strategy framework, we are trying to understand the needs of customers and what kind of value we can create based on their needs. That's why we are, from one side, we are focused on business model innovations, and from other side, we are trying to develop new products in terms of the needs of the markets. But at the starting point, we have realized that first we should focus on improving the innovation capacity inside the company. That's why we have designed different kinds of training programs and different kinds of workshop types, sharing platforms as well. And also we have developed different kinds of enabling tools for innovation. Of course, at that point, collaboration with outside world was very crucial for us to trigger the innovation practices inside the company. As one of the structures, we have created an innovation board inside the company, where we are discussing our current innovation agenda. We are discussing what kind of priorities should we have, and how can we support innovation projects inside the company, because we are a multi-locational company. For example, in Turkey, we have production locations in 6 different cities. Under that board, we are trying to provide support and trying to contribute to different innovation teams around the 6 different production locations. During our studies, building skills for innovation was so crucial. We have developed different tools. For example, we have started with Innovation 101 trainings. We have developed a co-creation workshop as well, and also other different tools. At that stage, creating alignment for innovation culture was also very important for us. By alignment, I mean the alignment at 3 levels. The first level at the CEO and directors level, at the innovation board level, which consists of middle managers actually, and also with the employee sides. We have created different tools for alignment. I will give you some example of that. For example, our CEO has sent a message to all of our Kastamonu team, underlying the importance of innovation for our future. For example, I just try to translate a couple of a small part of the that letter actually. Also, anyone sharing an idea in our platform is honored by the letter of the CEO, and also with the innovation book with special letter of the CEO. It's a thank you letter, and for the contribution to innovation studies in our company. We have our own innovation platform. It's a online platform in which any member of the Kastamonu team can share its ideas regardless of his or her position in the hierarchy. We saw that kind of platform has worked in our system. In order to internalize the innovation cultures, we have created a platform between mid-level managers. The platform consists of 28 managers from all of our locations around the Turkey. Also, we are trying to mentor to idea holders to make them their ideas more and more clearer. We have 5 mentors in our system, for example. At that stage, collaboration with the human resources team was so crucial for us, so important for us. And jointly, we have developed an innovation training program for all of our employees in Turkey, which covered 2,600 people in Turkey. It means that all of the every member of our team was part of that training program. Also, with mentors, we have did practices to enhance new idea development inside the company. We have did workshop in 6 different locations in Turkey, just to practice how ideas can develop and how can we proceed jointly to turn ideas to real projects. It was a very nice experience for us. Actually, we are doing some supportive sessions with the participants whose ideas were not supported by the innovation board. The idea behind that kind of one-to-one meetings is to motivate those, especially young people, to further be part of our system, which I believe that is a nice opportunity to understand the real ideas and the real views of different employees in our structure. Also, we have developed another tool which we call co-creation workshops, in which people from different departments are coming together to discuss about certain subjects with 2 mentors actually. The idea behind these types of tools are to align different departments with joint objective to become more and more innovative actually. As I mentioned before, with the participation of different locations, different departments, we have developed a portfolio for the needs, for our needs. Then we have turned that project portfolio, then we have turned this to a innovation project portfolio, which covers our main focus areas actually. The ideas which are selected by the innovation program are assisted with mentors, and they are becoming a part of special program which is called Lean Business Acceleration Program, in which we are trying to turn ideas to real projects. Actually it's a 5-week program. After the program, ideas becomes projects, and every project is presented to our CEO and our management team, where the participants are asking for seed money to further development of the project. If the project is receiving the green light from the evaluation committee, also project received the seed money and it's becoming a part of our incubation program. We have started that kind of structure last year, and this year is the second year actually, and actually right now we have 3 projects in the phase of commercialization. They are led by the young people, especially under 35, and we see that it's very motivating, especially for the it's very motivating for different people from other different departments actually, and our management decided to allocate more budgets for the execution of that kind of program. We see that a co-creating platform is beneficial for our structure to boost the innovation culture in a traditional in a company, in a traditional sector. Also, it's strengthening the dynamism inside the company, and also it helped us to make invisible potential, let's say invisible colleagues, to make them more visible in our structure. For example, those people who became more visible then became also part of R&D team in Technopark Istanbul. Also, this movement boosted the collaborations with other companies and other universities, for example. Now we have collaboration activities with 5 different universities in Turkey, and also some international partners, including Warwick University, Delft University from Europe. And also it gave us some kind of motivation, especially for the top management, that a company from a traditional sector can become more and more innovative. We believe that it's an endless story, and every year we will continue to learn from our experiences and to build new tools based on our learnings. We have some feedbacks from our participants. Mainly, they say that that kind of local innovation program increased their motivation and their retention to the company. And now we have a team of 50 people who are willing to take parts in innovation projects. And also, we also see that innovation is not just based to one department. It's job of everyone, job of every team member and every department. So, as I mentioned, we are still in a learning position, but motivated to be more and more innovative. This is my presentation, and I would like to thank you to all for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Hüseyin. Again, you can ask questions to Hüseyin, our presenter, right now, and I can directly ask him to your questions. But I may ask a question to you, Hüseyin. Thank you very much, by the way, for your presentation. In your presentation, you mentioned that your company has many international partners and your company has engaged in some European Union projects and international projects. My first question is, how does your company benefit from these international collaboration? And the second question is about your international partners. For your international partners, what is attractive in Turkey, or why they prefer to work with your company or with the Turkish companies or Turkish market?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too. Concerning the international collaboration, actually, under the Horizon 2020 project, we are experiencing the holistic approach for circular economy. We are starting from concept development and demonstration and finishing with the demonstration with the end users, which is this, let's say, holistic view, holistic approach to a project is somehow a learning process for us. And we are, for example, in Turkey, generally we look to projects just with one side, not from a holistic side. And I can honestly say that this holistic approach, which includes the university, SMEs, some research organizations, big companies in the same basket, is a very beneficial learning process for us. And after that, after our involvement in Horizon 2020 projects, our interest to governmental funds has increased. For example, after that, we have become a part of 5 local funding projects, which is good. So now we are experiencing that innovation can be reached under isolation. If we want to be more and more innovative, we need to collaborate with the relevant partners. This is what we have gained from international collaboration projects. And what was the attractive for our partners? Actually, our company is one of the biggest wood-based panel manufacturers in the world. I think this was an attractive for our collaborating partners. And also under the circular economy policy of the European Union, actually there are three targeted sectors. One is automotive and plastic, let's say. The second one is construction, and third one is furniture. That's why we are grasping the priorities from the furniture sides. I think this was the second issue for our attractiveness. And the third one, our team has consist of people who already was part of European projects. For example, my team, under my team has 2 colleagues from TÜBİTAK, which is the main coordinating agency of the European programs. And those people knows very well how to build partnerships with international partners. I guess this was also good for us to realize international collaboration practices inside the company.
Okay, thank you very much, Hüseyin. So we don't have any other questions. Thank you very much for your presentation and the information you provide us about the Turkish innovation ecosystem from a firm perspective. Now, I would like to share my presentation. Indeed, I would like to just summarize and give some additional information about Turkey and Turkish economy, some, the issues about the Turkish economy, and also I would like to summarize some points in these whole presentations. Okay. Indeed, both of our presenters mentioned that Turkey is a growing economy, and also, it is becoming an innovation, the economy or innovative economy. Indeed, it's a very general information about Turkey, but Turkey is the 17th largest economy with an average of 5.5% GDP growth rate. Especially since 2016, our GDP growth rate fluctuates, but still we have, around 3% growth rate in our GDP. I think our most important advantage is our population, because our population is 82 million, but half of our population is below 32 years old, and so it makes our society and our economy much more dynamic. And also the awareness of innovation and the percentage of innovative firms continuously increase in Turkey. For example, these numbers are from Community Innovation Survey made to be annually in Turkey. And for example, according to the outcomes of the last questionnaire, last survey, the 61 or approximately 62% of Turkish companies are innovative or make such kind of any kind of product or innovation. Okay, and also Turkey is it's very well connected to the global world. Because the internet usages and social media usages is very, very high in Turkey. According to the household surveys made by the Turkish Statistical Institute, 88% of households have internet connection, and 75% of the population indeed have access and they actively use internet. So this is why, for example, ICT or internet technologies, mobile-based technologies are very popular in Turkey, especially among young high-tech startups. And also, as I mentioned, the social media usage is very high in Turkey. For example, according to the number of users, Turkey is the 9th largest market for Facebook, 6th largest market for Instagram, and also the 7th largest market for mobile applications. When we look at the global entrepreneurship monitor statistics, we can say that the number of non-cent entrepreneurs and the new startups have been increasing tremendously in Turkey, especially since 2008. For example, in the last period between 2013 and 2016, the number of nascent entrepreneurs in the population increased to approximately 9%, and the percentage of new business owners in the total population increased to 7.4%. And when we look at the total early stage entrepreneurs, we can say that 16% of the population can be classified as early stage entrepreneurs. And again, the numbers show that especially in the last period, the number or the percentage of early stage entrepreneurs in the population exceeded the percentage of established business owners in the population. So it is very promising from the perspective of entrepreneurship, because it says that the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Turkey has been growing. And also this graph, compares Turkey with the other, the countries in terms of, the early entrepreneurship in the society, or the ratio of early entrepreneurship in the societies. The red one shows the place of the Turkey among the other countries, and the blue one shows the place of the Brazil in among other countries. So as we can see from the graph, both Turkey and Brazil are very, good in generating new startups, generating nascent entrepreneurs and new companies. Okay, so these are the similar characteristics maybe between Turkish and the Brazil economy. Okay, and also Turkey is the largest startup hub of Southeast Europe. Every year, approximately 500 new startups established, and since between 2010 and 2018, approximately $500 million funding raised by VCs and angels. Of course, we expect that these kind of startup investments will increase more in the coming years. As both of our presenters mentioned, the public organizations and the government is the most important support of the R&D activities and entrepreneurship activities in Turkey. So this is why, you know, the public support programs plays an important role in R&D projects, in or to support accelerators, to support incubators, technoparks in Turkey. Indeed, there are different public support programs in Turkey. So, for example, there are some R&D support programs for R&D projects in priority areas, because, you know, some technology areas are selected by the government as priority areas. For example, ICT, automotive industry, machinery, manufacturing, energy, health, food, water, defense, and space. These are priority areas, and these programs or these grant schemes or grant programs is indeed targets these kind of sectors. Okay, and one of these programs, 1511, it's the grant program for, this is a grant program for industry. A single firm or a consortium of firms can apply to this program, but of course they have to make they have to engage in R&D activities in these specific technology areas. 1003 is another R&D support program in priority areas, and these are basically for universities and research institutes, and it aims to develop capabilities and knowledge in these technology fields. There are some international mobility supports for researchers, for international researchers. Some of these, the programs are for experienced international researchers. Some of them are for young or postdoctoral researchers. So, for example, 221, the code of the program was 2221, and this is fellowship for visiting scientists and scientists on sabbatical leave. So, experienced researchers, international researchers who wants to visit to any Turkish university or R&D institution in Turkey can apply to this program and come to Turkey and work in Turkey under this program. But on the other hand, the research fellowship program for international researchers is for young researchers, PhD students, or some postdoctoral researchers, and these kind of like young researchers are awarded with a fellowship to make their research in Turkey. And also there are some public support programs for technology development. One of the programs is for SMEs, and so the SMEs can benefit from the R&D programs and then can take some support from the government to develop new technologies, to develop new products, and to become more competitive in the national or international arena. And there is another program to support university industry collaboration. So in these programs, both the firms and universities come together, and then they apply together for a R&D project. But of course, the project's results or the outcome of the project should be implemented in Turkey. This is the only restriction for this program, for example. And also there are some industrial R&D projects grant program. And so this also aims to fund some national R&D projects offered by the private sectors located in Turkey. There are some international R&D, or international R&D projects. So this is a special grant program for Turkish firms who wants to collaborate with other companies or research institutes or research centers abroad. But of course, you know, for this to benefit from these supports, the Turkish firms must participate to international research programs, for example, Eureka, Euronet, or Horizon 2020. So if the government supports, you know, the Turkish companies which wants to participate or to such kind of, you know, the programs and try to or make an international project in different fields. Okay, and last week, indeed, our new strategy program was technology strategy program launched indeed. So according to this, you know, the strategy program, there are some focus areas are identified, technology focus areas are identified. Some of these areas, for example, in Turkey are artificial intelligence, big data, data analytics, Internet of Things, robotics and autonomous devices, high performance computing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, energy technologies. So according to this strategy document, indeed government is planning to support these technology fields or the research in these technology fields and research or R&D activities, innovation activities in these technology fields. So these are the priority areas according to this strategy document. So now in Turkey, the percentage of total R&D investment was only the 1% of the total GDP. But in the short run, the government is planning to increase this ratio to 1.8% of the GDP. And also, you know, the government also is planning to increase the number of researchers in Turkey. Now, in Turkey, there are 12,000 researchers, but you know, our aim is, or our target is to increase the number of researchers to 200,000 in 2023. So, and also another target for the government is to increase the high technology product, the share of the high technology products in exports from 3% to approximately 6% until 2023. So when we look at the Turkish-Brazil relations, indeed, the Turkish-Brazil relation is not very strong. These numbers, for example, shows Brazil's imports from Turkey and the Brazil's exports to Turkey. So we can say that these, you know, the trade relationship between, you know, the Turkey and Brazil is not that strong. And also the foreign direct investment from Turkey to the Brazil or from Brazil to Turkey is also very limited. But there are some companies indeed in this field. For example, the biggest three Brazilian investments in Turkey are Votorantim, Metalfrio, and Cutrail. So there are also some small Brazilian investments in Turkey, but most of them are, you know, the distribution companies. On the other hand, the biggest Turkish investment in Brazil is Sabancı Holdings Kordsa. So Kordsa, you know, produce nylon and polyester yarn, tire, and some similar products. But Kordsa is one of the most R&D intensive companies of Turkey, especially, you know, in recent years, Kordsa Competitive Technologies Center of Excellence has created with Sabancı University. So these, you know, the Center of Excellence, it brings universities and industries together to carry out basic research, applied research, and to carry out some technology development and product development activities in composite-related technologies. But of course, this is the only biggest investment in Brazil made by a Turkish company. Other Turkish investment in Brazil are very small, and generally they are export or import based businesses. So we hope that with this project and with such kind of like webinars and information sessions, the connection between Brazil's and Turkey, and of course other companies, other European Union countries increases. Thank you very much for your participation. And if you don't have any questions, we can end the session. Yeah, because I haven't received any questions about the presentations. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation and for your time. I hope you enjoy with this webinar, and see you in other webinars. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and see you.
Thank you very much.